2.
Oh, man. Of course, we are going to get into the show, but first, very quickly, do not forget, we are tuning into all things EU. We are going to take a break, and then later on, we'll be back to wrap up NA East on the day. With that being said, let's take a look at the format itself. Yesterday, we saw the Heats break down 100 players, but only the top 25 advance, and now they find themselves here in the Grand Finals.
Yes, Heats, these were happening yesterday. Now it's the 100 best players all the way from the thousands, hundreds of thousands that's played, 6 final matches, 1 FNCS champion per region, and this is the format that breaks everything down.
Yeah, if you're unfamiliar, you get placement, or you get points for placement, you get points for elimination. 14 points total for placing highest, for achieving that victory royale, and that will matter so much over all of everything, but you've got to find the balance. You've got to find some eliminations, because that is kind of some guaranteed points every time you pick one up. And the placements, well, you got to see how it is. It's very difficult to actually accrue these in a competitive game.
That's right, man. 100 of the very best will clash and battle it out. Now, of course, what's on the line here? The Axe of Champions will be that trophy that they can take into game and let the others in the lobby recognize them as a champion, but also take a look at your prizing breakdown here. $80,000 for first place. And of course, everyone that has made it this far will walk away with something, which is awesome to see. And I mean, even if they were to place, say, last, you still have to recognize these are 100 of the best players in EU. Make sure to recognize them for their skill. Here is an overall breakdown of EU. $800,000 available there, and then NA East, which we will be back for later. And don't forget, we have other regions breaking down there as well, which we will take a look at in a moment. But real quick, guys, I gotta talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's Batman. Genius comes in many forms. Whether you're with wild plants or flooding the island with your best intentions, it often comes along with a companion, madness. Become everyone's nemesis with the Last Laugh bundle featuring the Joker, Poison Ivy, Midas Rex, matching cosmetics, and 1,000 V-Bucks. You can pre-order the bundle through your favorite retailers, and it will be available on November 17th. So definitely check out the blog for all the details. And if you can't wait for more DC characters, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and my personal favorite Batman will be back in the item shop for a limited time. Get their cosmetic sets before they disappear into the night. And of course, let's not forget Joyride has hit the game, and we will not be seeing vehicles in the competitive playlist, so just keep that in mind as we are watching. Now guys, I did kind of touch on it just a moment ago. We do have those other regions that are facing off. We should probably check in with OCE and see how things are going.
Yeah, I think we should for sure, because the competition over there was a preview of everybody else. These guys got the first taste of the Grand Finals action, and if you watched last night, it was certainly nice. And we got to award our first Axe of Champions.
Yep, the axe was given out all the way towards the winner, and this man's going to be having that pickaxe to use towards the entire next season. It's going to be awesome to see. The winner of OCE overall was, of course, Jinx, RNG, Jinxie Fishy, and total points of 75, the Oceanic champion. What a run that he had above the rest.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And this man was contested, too. For yours unfamiliar with what that means off spawn, when he dropped, there was somebody fighting him, which means that it's very difficult to do what he did. But 75 points. And something else to note about Jinx, this is a man of stature, somebody who has won the previous FNCS, so he was already holding on to that Axe of Champion. He gets to maintain going into this season.
Winners stay winning because as well, from second place all the way down to 10th, very familiar names. Reefballs, Asfit, Rax, Worthy all the way up to second, Zore, Leia, Moose, Link at 7th, and then Fresh at 6th, who's been playing so phenomenally over during the day. Had some help as well from chat, as well as Arab coaching him throughout the entire process. Past that, too, on the second place of Oceania, 11th down to 20th place. It is the same names we keep seeing, but look how close it was overall. Look at the prize money these guys got broken down. 40 points down to 36. Mountain holding 11th. RBK, I don't know, which is Volks holding down all the way to the 20th slot.
Such a close competition, and this is going to be a nice identifier here as we get ready for EU. I mean, watch these point thresholds. Look at how close that is. we will more than likely see this in EU unless someone decides to break away. With that being said, though, Asia also has a champion, Fram #1, holding down that #1 spot, 47 points, no victory royales, but 11 elimination and an average placement of 25th. That in itself is a statement to be made, and now he will hold the Axe of Champions high.
But it was so close, Zeke. Look at the eliminations, 11 for him over 6 games. That is slightly under 2 elims. And you know what? It counts. Everything matters. Tiebreakers certainly do in this case. 3 people tied for points at first place. That is ridiculous. Unheard of. Haruhiko coming in second, and Peter Pan. Unfortunately, these guys fell with the tiebreaker of eliminations. Fram will win the Asia region.
Still, another tiebreaker back-to-back, 44 points, 4 ways through, from 3rd all the way down to 7th place. That is insane to see. Still, that story continues on the second page. Asia was so close, so competitive. And as you mentioned, Bala, every elimination did indeed matter. Once again, Rizart down to Riru from 11th to 13th place. They were tied. You go all the way down to 18th to 20th. Wildhawk, Bob, these guys were tied too, and it was their individual performance every game that stood out. So remember, every single game we watched today, every single play matters the most.
That's right, man. And this is something we're going to talk about for the whole time, right? Is every interaction matters. Every time 2 people square up, one of them will be eliminated, while the other is allowed to continue moving and continue earning those points, while the other that lost has to wait. They have to reset and come back into the game with a fresh mindset and hope to earn more points.
And these guys have been doing it all weekend long since Friday. They've been playing in these set lobbies, these very difficult games, and for some of them, they're done. They've already played it through, but for others, regions that we're looking forward to, EU up next, and these guys have such a competitive field. Look at the first list of qualified players, and that is just 1/5.
And they've gone through so many different hurdles. We had 4 heats in total, top 25s qualifying from each and every one, down to the final 100 players. These guys are at the top of their game, and they're going to be playing against other people who are used to winning. On this page alone, I'm looking at Scouts, Kezix, Seventor, Mongrel, big, insane, legendary names looking to get another title under their belt.
Reason was on that page too, the player who won Heat 4 against people like Letwick. Flois came out of Heat 1 with a dominant performance. We're going to be looking at him to see if he can maintain a good start out of the early game. Tayson, who had the first start in Heat 2 with a back-to-back victory royales, and we've talked about the format, how much that matters. His lead was almost insurmountable after only 2 games.
And whether you're watching in-game in Party Royale or anywhere online, just pick a name over here, follow it through, find a new favorite player, and follow your favorite old ones too, like Letchi, like Fasroki, XWeez2, who's an insane winner, winning back-to-back games through all stages of the competition. These guys are about to play some of the hardest games of their lives and are going to give us some of the best Fortnite we have ever watched.
And yesterday was literally like a little taste of that, right? And we've seen these pockets of people already setting their eyes on grand finals. Today will bring some of the best Fortnite we've ever seen. I mean, there's no way of knowing. Will someone break away and hold off strong? Will people go head-to-head and kind of pull each other back? And at the very end, someone will cross the finish line. No way of knowing, guys. This will all unfold before our very eyes.
Yeah, I mean, Zeke usually asks me the question, who do you think is going to win? I'm going to answer before you get to ask any one of these 100 players because they all deserve it, 100%, all the way up to this point. I'm serious. It's anyone's game. Every single person on all those pages for Europe are so good.
And I want to add one thing to that, too, because it might be anybody's game, but also think about the fact that one player after all of this, out of 100, is going to be walking away the winner, the champion. That is just mind-blowing to me.
Yesterday, we got to see the top 25 move on, and we thought about which 75 would fall. Now it's the 99 that will not make the cut. With that being said, though, let's take a look at a replay that has led us to this point.
Yeah. If you haven't joined us on the broadcast just yet, There was 4 heats to play through, and each of those had 100 players. Top 25 moved on from every single one of them. We're watching the winner of heat number 1, and we're highlighting him because he won in a surprising fashion, coming out from behind and dueling a lot of other top players, and he did it with style, winning a game with something like 5 eliminations and then taking the lead from there and being consistent all the way through. That's why Advise is certainly somebody to pay attention to.
Yeah, the name to remember is Wave Advise, especially anyone having Wave in front of their names. But just look at the way he broke down every game. It wasn't something under control for him at all times. It was always back against the wall, but always found a way through to win every single time.
And he was dueling against players like Clement, who are going to be here today. But moving on into Heat 2, if you missed that one, this was electric. This was fantastic. We already talked about Tayson's back-to-back, but he did it again with style, too. That's why we have to keep an eye on him going into this. And there's some interesting things about him. We saw a sneak peek about that landing spot, and that's where our previous FNCS Invitational Solos champion came from, his duo partner, Janice.
And Janice is playing today too, so these guys will have to face off against each other at the same drop spot in the same end games, and it's unpredictable as to what will actually end up breaking down.
There's another player too in that heat. It was Kinzel. They ended up dueling. Also somebody who came out of Steamy Stack, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But moving into Heat 3, this is something that caught a lot of people by surprise. Why? Because XWeave, for all his placements in FNCS and other tournaments like that, nobody expected what he did throughout the qualifiers. Nobody expected a second place on day 3, into a first place on day 4, into a first place in the heat yesterday.
The most surprising performance by far, absolutely, and the most impressive in style. XP's always puts themselves into positions where he can show his flair, show his aim, and give us a good insight to what shots he likes to take. All these shots always culminate to a win. Just look how fast he is past edits, landing the bullets that he needs to land to be able to get eliminations and then win games close range, 4 people back to back, and he did this in multiple games.
And that's not all. While XWeeze might have dominated his heats, there's still one more. To find the last 25 players, we had to go through one of the most difficult ones overall. Players like Reason, and those two have been going back-to-back against each other for quite some time, starting from the day 1 3 weeks ago. But Reason showed up again, and even though they dueled and took first and second in this heat, Reason seemed to come out far and ahead, the champion of that heat. And for one reason, I think, no pun intended, the Holly Hedges uncontested drop spot.
Yeah, with no one fighting you down early game, you have a huge advantage on playing the rest of your game out, going for positions, going for wins. That being said, though, Reason and Mongrel are going to be able to battle it out once again here today in these grand finals, and it's the final round for these guys to wrap up their story.
And the important thing to note from Reason, he did win back-to-back in heat number 4 yesterday against players like Letwick, who had even Kit Shockwave Launcher to try to put him down. He does not care and will go for the biggest streak of 2 back-to-back games in terms of eliminations and wins. So that total amount of points, ridiculous from Reason. We'll have to see if he's in form today.
That's the biggest question across the board, right? Who is in form? A lot of these players, they already know the field. They've already scouted each other out, and just like we've done our research, they have too. Now the question is, who will hold strong and who will walk away the champion? With that being said, guys, it is time to get into the first game of the day here in EU. So let's get ready to toss it over to our casters. We've got Clay Staling and Sundown to take us through all the action. Gentlemen, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Jonesies, Bonesies, he's, she's, theys, and them. Yes, Grand Finals in EU, and I hope you got your popcorn ready, whether it's literally or the emote in Party Royale, because this game is about to be a blast.
I am ready for seeing all the action unfold. I hope everybody's got their favorite emote out, whether it be take a seat, whether they're with their glow sticks out raving. I'm ready. I know you're ready, Sundown. It's going to be amazing.
enough from us. Let's take us into game number 1. The analyst desk set it up so well. Shout outs to Zeke, Bala, and Showager. But now we're into match number 1. This is it. 6 games to decide who will walk away with that Axe of Champions. Who will be the top player in arguably the most competitive region in Fortnite. It does have the most participants, and there's $800,000 up for grabs here. And here's the initial drop spot.
And it looks like everyone's sticking true to where they planned on dropping. We have 3 players in Steamy. We've got, I think, only 1 or 2 players there in Catty Corner, the 4 in Lazy Lake that we've seen time and again from Europe. And, of course, we've got Rezon and Holly.
And one of the best comments I think I saw coming out is, wow, everyone is really scared of Rezon. And if you look at some of those early game drop spots, both in heats and I'm assuming now in the grand finals, everyone stays really far away from him. And you can see that in the bottom right-hand corner on the map. Not a single triangle remotely close to him representing another player. That's because he's done such a good job over the course of the entirety of this tournament to stake out the claim, and then also getting a nice little elite chest right there, granting him the legendary burst AR, and he's set to go now. He can begin his rotation and head to center zone. He has those 6 crash pads, which we've seen him execute on so well, and he's basically set to now just farm the materials he needs and transition into the mid game. However, we've seen him go aggressive time and time again with this similar loadout, as now we swing on over.
And you saw how careful he was being. He wasn't taking a chance looting that chest. He didn't want anything to go wrong in game number 1.
Yo, hello? I want to watch FNCS. Wait, are you watching it? Wait, I'm coming in. And I know that you broke your mic, by the way. So
however, hit on the other side
let's watch FNCS. I'm coming in. Wait, can you leave? Because I can't get in. Oh, wait, I'm in. Don't leave. Don't leave me! If you did leave, ready up. I'm coming to watch some FNCS. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. FNCS, sir. Let's go. FNCS. It's gonna be good. Mongols in it, I think. Benji, Fishy. Everywhere. I wish you had a mic. So. Ouch. Oh, my back hurts. Ouch. I hope you're going to Scarborough in like 10 days. Ow, my back. How long does it take to load in, bro? I was just watching FNCS on YouTube. And then I was like, oh, wait, why don't I go watch it in part? Is it at the big screen? Oh, that's for everyone. Okay then. I guess we go in another match. Okay. Right, let's go watch Mongol Beast out. If he's even in it. I don't know if Mongol's in it. Oh my god. So hot. Just kidding, it's really cold. My back is hot though. Yikes. If you're in party out to watch FNCS, what was I gonna say? Where are you? Oh, you're all the way over there. If you're in party out to watch FNCS, do an emote. Okay, yeah, same. Hey look, we both have banner shield. Wait, should I get that? Okay. We both have banner shield on. Right, let's go to main stage. I mean not main stage, big screen. I can't read. Let's go, I'm hyped. Jump if you're hyped. Yeah.
huge pickup there from
I can hear it.
Wolfies, who was the second place
Let's
finisher
go.
in the duos of the World Cup. We've seen him play so aggressively, the young player from the UK, but when he's put on the back foot, it can be a little bit challenging
It's
there.
me.
Maestro did come through, got dropped down to 48 HP, but don't forget,
It hasn't started yet. They're just showing the highlights. Jump if you know that.
That means when you eliminate an opponent, you will get either 50 HP
It's starting
or
in a
50
minute.
shield back, depending on which one you end up needing. It prioritizes
You just
health
sit
first.
vibing.
And then they will also drop all of their materials, all of their loot, and an additional 150 materials, so an extra 15 builds that you can go over and sweep up. That ends up being really key, particularly in the mid and the late game now, as I'm on board here with a Ventex who takes 2 really big shots and is put on the back foot.
He is, but luckily enough for him, Crash does not have.
But it started. This is the
now.
first
It's
game.
not going to be as good.
This
as
is the
he is gonna
first
be
game.
finding
Jump,
time
jump,
to
jump.
Get those minis in that big
Jump.
shield popping.
It's the first game. Jump if you know
Intay
that.
over there needs to find an aggressive push into the box and needs to catch him off guard. If Ventex is not able to get this medkit off,
First
this
game.
does not look well for them. But it seems like the medkit will be popped, so he does get back to fighting HP. Under 15 HP is enough to withstand some shots. As Crash is now
Ooh.
on the back foot. That's exactly what he needed to do. He needed to turn that defense that he was waiting on into that offensive moment. And now Crash is in a very bad situation. 6 builds remaining. No HP to really work with. He's going to have to hit a really big charge shot there. Dana coming through, not going to connect on these shots. He goes in the box, but Crash hits the shot, and that's another elimination for him.
And you talked about it. He needed to hit that big charge shot, holding it up and punishing the player. And particularly when you see 2 players box to box fighting with charged shotguns, it's really difficult if you're not able to get that finishing blow right away, like No Luck Nebby does there, finding Kira to close out the fight, because you can
my
Don't even forget
god.
my point there. Nebby showing the power of the
What a
hunting rifle,
shot.
showing up, catching 2 players on the outside. However, look in the bottom right-hand corner. A 3rd player is now rotating by. So can Nebby get all of these resources and get out without getting engaged on? But those are 2 monstrous shots. He's got to feel confident there, and definitely not living up to his name. Plenty of luck going on.
And you took the words from my mouth. Nebby with an amazing aim there, just getting what he needed to get started. However, someone who is not having amazing luck is Janus right now. 134 effective HP. It means he fought either off spawn on rotation. Now he is going into the orchard, which does allow these campfires and the apples that drop that give you 5 HP per consume. He's going to be in a good spot. He's able to really farm up.
You're AFK. Jump if you're not
Look at
AFK.
his medal count. It was only 97.
Okay.
With
This is the first match.
Is
Jump if
not
you know
what
that.
he's used to. And this is definitely impacting his game.
Yeah. Did you see that headshot
It's going
snipe?
to be tough there. Also,
Yeah.
tons of players will know where he is, stoking that campfire, putting off the smoke signal. You can see him, those apples
I
dropping.
wonder who's
instead,
gonna
popping
win.
the burn
I'm
there.
excited for the
Good
end game
trade-off
where
there
everyone's
and
like
good awareness of where he was on the
building
map.
and
However,
yeah.
you do see Spen is lurking and trying to catch out the FNCS Invitational winner here. Janus over on the side, and he does. He gets him real quick. That's the problem. Again, we talked about it, the hunting rifle on the side. If you're not ready for it, it can be a game ender right there. You get caught out farming. And honestly, I think that's a little bit on Janus there. You don't want to be on the edge of the zone and caught gaining materials. Like, yes, you did just get in. You can feel safe. You're back up at that 100 health, 100 shield threshold. But you have to know other players are rotating from that side and going to be behind you. And Spen is actually going to get harassed there as he tries to rotate out. We're going to hop on over to a 3-way fight going on over here.
Oh, and now already down to just 2
If
players.
you zoom in
getting
and
into
press
the boxes,
square,
getting the shots, picking up 2
should.
eliminations back to back. Flecken gonna fall there, and these are what you need to do in solos. You need to get into the box and you need to finish the eliminations.
Controller
quickly.
player.
Because like we saw, if you come and you fight and you box fight and you build fight, and more people are gonna come and they're gonna realize that, and you are going to fall. So very good play there from controller.
Controller player. Controller player. Controller player.
You hear players
Controller
talk
player.
about it all the time, whether it's your friend
Do you have this
or your
emote?
favorite streamer. That third party is the extra player who comes in. So if you're taking a 1v1 and then somebody else rotating by says, oh, you guys are preoccupied. First we saw Nebby picking up the 2 shots there, and then controller.
Come on, I want to
closing
see
it out
some
with that
good
epic tactical
controller
shotgun. Gonna
headshot
be on board
aim.
here with Ovation Orion. We've seen him pull off a number of plays, but again, really good at kind of
Wait. Hello?
What? Hello?
Okay, I've connected my VR. I lost my mic, so I connected my VR camera.
Oh my god, you sound so different. I thought it was your cousin or something.
No, it's me.
Oh my god, you sound so weird. You sound like, it's so squeaky. You sound like 2 years old.
Are you hearing me?
Oh my god.
I'm so glad you're back.
Same. I'm glad I'm back. Are you watching this? Come on, let's do some bang action.
Yeah, boy. Soon I'm gonna portray Zico. Soon I'm gonna be on my side with my cousin. They like the defaults. Did you unsubscribe for like a day because I did a TikTok dance?
Yeah, but then I
Did you subscribe back because I did a hashtag free Fortnite video?
no, I just subscribed back.
That's stupid. I knew it was you. Alright, stream, hi. Okay.
Stand back.
Yo. Did it just say Tico?
I love pizza.
I swear it just said Tico.
Do you want to hear his voice? What it sounds like?
Okay.
Okay, wait, you might be able to hear it.
It was such a beautiful play by Anas. If you Clement had that burst, he said, you know what, I'm just going to go for the pickaxe. I'm just going to go ahead and edit that wall out so we can get the initial
I can't
shot.
hear it.
And that got him the elimination. That initial shot there gave him the damage just to follow up with another attack.
Chicken wing, chicken wing, hot
Tactical
dog
shots,
and
he did a lot of damage to be able to hit all the buttons, and that's exactly what he did.
Oh yeah, did you get any V-Bucks by the way?
I only got, yeah, I got 200.
I got 1,220.
To secure himself a very great place here.
Lucky you. You're gonna get that. I love the Harley Quinn. You're gonna get that. Oh,
Oh no, I wasted it on the icebreaker, and then I got the emotes today. So
Oh yeah, I got IQ.
someone gifted it to you.
Yeah.
I really want Batman skin. I wanted it in season 10. Never came back for 1 year.
Yeah. Sadly, that's money.
I know, but at least it would have been £15.99, but it's £12.99 now, so it's kind of good. Good offer.
How many people left? 68. You should go slow.
See that to the right of the player's name, it's right next to kind of the little mark there. And that will represent 1 point every single time as they go through. Additionally, you're worried about them picking up placements. In this one, first one occurs after 25 players have gone down, then the next one after 50 players have gone down, then the next 5 players. And if somebody
What? Okay, just stop doing that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but your mic's. What the heck? Okay, stop. Because that's coming loud from my TV.
Someone else tried it and he's waiting. You can tell he wants to get in this match. As soon as he sees that player to make moves.
No one's watched my stream yet. This is stupid.
My eye.
Yeah, I know.
And the Heat and the qualifiers usually in a little bit of leeway.
Hello, Fishy. Soon I'm gonna betray you because you're such a bot.
Still get top 25, which is insanely impressive.
Get out of here. Get out.
The thing is,
Why are you betraying us to default? You know that's the worst thing in the game.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm not going on default side. I'm going on my cousin's side, also on mine, and it has to be. I'm friends with my cousin's side. We've got to betray Tico. It's not my fault.
What skin is it? What skin is it? What's
The hybrid.
I don't have that.
Or any skin, except fish and default.
I'll have to betray Tico then.
Yes. Come on, rise, Electro Army, and have a dog.
Right now.
Let's unmask the burger. Can I tell you Durburger's face?
Sure.
It's a blue. It's just a blue head. Unmask him. Go under him. Like go behind him, and then you're just gonna see a blue face.
I can't read. You didn't think I would betray Tico? Really thought.
And this is very, very good for him because he doesn't have to go too
You know what?
to get these eliminations. They're trying to be
I'm not betraying him. I'm pretending. Okay.
Looking at every possible angle and getting eliminations.
Never ever in my life am I betraying him. Never.
Like, he's the best YouTuber.
Yeah. Like, he's the best. Like, nothing can stop that.
Not even your cousin.
Yeah. The cousin just hates Tico. I don't know why. How do you not? Is there a setting to nod your head quick?
I just have my phone not high.
Yeah, but how do you do that?
I don't know. I just go up and down.
What is your sentence?
I don't know. I can't watch.
Talk about how good he can be aggressive on the
Just
floor,
wanna watch
and he gets PC there, which is a huge.
Is it XA sensitive?
Every up on the high ground saying, hey, if it pulls up here, I can win the game. Well, they will wrong. It pulled away from them, and they'll be the ones who have to rotate as we hit top 50, meaning Storm Surge turns off, points goes through, and everyone is going to be rotating.
Can you hear the event from my mic right now?
A bit.
For any possible angle to pick up an elimination. Lois as well. He's kind of fashioned himself a little bit of a base here that's
Let's go down on the face. Hey, Dubba, go down below.
Durburger. Oh yeah, unmask Durburger.
Okay.
Lois right through here. There's some people. Bongo picks up an elimination as well, so he's still here in this game and still fighting as well. And Lois is trying to smash somebody out.
It's a blue face. He's got blue ears. Whoa, what is
Gets the second onto Vadil, who had picked up again, going
yeah, let's go front seat.
and the two places.
This is front seat. Let's go back seat so that we can see it. And plus it's a VIP seat. It's up there, if you can see my marker.
Imagine we got a roleplay in the middle of this
Yeah. I know how to get on that rock. We're gonna go on that rock by going on the zip line and then falling on the rock.
Wait, so what's actually on normal, right?
Oh, I lost the plug thing for it. to plug it in, so I can't speak through it and stuff. This is a good view.
Yeah, this is
All the safe zones are outside,
44
completely
people
away
left.
from the current one, and everyone is going to have to move if they want to avoid that storm.
Good view of Pyria.
And luckily for him, it seems like it's pulling towards him, so he doesn't
Whoa!
have to mess with fast watch.
Ready, roleplay time. 3, 2, 1. No, we're gonna fall off! Okay, that was the shortest roleplay ever. We just died.
Wait! 2 sharks are battling oh wait, no! A shark is battling Aquaman. Durburger, please get away from us.
The shots go through, he's gonna get that player down in low HP, and Tammy going down.
Oh, look at the zone, look how small the zone is, and look how many people are there.
Oh my god! Wait, no way! That's so small! There's like 35 people left. What the first
zone? Look, the 6th zone.
Oh my god! Yo!
That's still what?
Scouts picking up a pair to make sure he gets there. That's ADN and Diablo, who saw yesterday going down. Thomas also goes down.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I take a Big Mac. Batman! The Batman army, imagine. Aye, he's punching me! Ow!
What happens as we start to move in the moving circles?
Hi, Batman! Ow! He's a psycho.
I might have to get one of the friends.
Watch this, I'm gonna beat him up.
Oh!
And then, boing! Hey!
Oh! Wait, no, wait, he's speaking. I need to feed him out.
Wait, stand still. Stand still. I want to see if the fish are bold. The fish are bold. Yep. Yep.
Pushing for the high ground.
Let me see yours.
Paying attention to what's going down in the low ground where people are cleaning up on eliminations. Froggy in your bottom right, everyone else on the wide.
Is it funny?
Yeah, it's quite funny. It's not like mega funny, but it's
waiting for his opportunity, but keep an eye on the number of goals because we're getting down to the final one.
okay, I'm sending it.
Really good job at just maintaining.
I didn't get the best screenshot.
On our top player.
One more zone and then it's the final zone. No, this is the final zone.
How? How? I don't know how. Like, how?
Just 1v1. Wait, no, there's more. Wait, there's 2 1v1.
Where's Mongo? Did he die? Or was he in it?
I think he died. I don't know if he's in. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh, he has the launcher. No, this guy wins.
I know what I'm doing, but I'm to get.
Oh, we took him now. Oh, he got the first win.
Really good job from Flo. Executing on the top-down push with the mythic weaponry, but more importantly, showing the versatility of that shockwave launcher, launching himself down.
Fishy nippies.
Look at everyone down here doing it.
Picking it up on the AR. Match number 1 is done. Fury Flo is taking hold of the victory royale. We'll see where the leaderboard shakes out. We're going to toss it back on over to Zeke.
Like that.
Sure, if you want.
I don't know where to get that one.
Strong start here in you, really coming out with a nice flow.
I'm gonna go get some first. I'll be back.
Guys, this final fight between Frog
Two seconds.
and walking that 1v1 with 5 eliminations. This is gonna be a good tone setting for the rest of the competition.
we saw it in every region, right? 1 point matters, and that's a 4-point difference for that win and the Elam. The coolest thing, though, to me was the versatility.
Is there a fish thingy? Not a dolphin.
I'm back.
I'm trying to find. Is there a fish? Is there a fish logo for your backlink? Or
I don't know.
No, there's not. There's not. Which means I'm just gonna get. I'm gonna do a dolphin to make it the, you know, like, and I'm gonna make it gold. So like this. Let's see. Fishy nippies. Can I get out?
Take that next step and turn this into a fun sprint towards the end. This is the momentum he needs to
They'll be lazy.
Yeah, I mean, for all the people over here, that's the same kind of question, right? And if you haven't seen this,
Hello, I'm lazy.
the elimination
Look at mine.
all over the 6 games we're playing, as well as
It's the closest to a fish. What? Oh yeah!
For these guys, they're kind of sitting at 30th place, not to go for a top.
He got 6 points that day.
Everyone here is focused on that win, and they're just.
I want to see what the knight's face is. Oh, it's a dark face with a Is there any people here we can unmask? I want to unmask Batman. Batman, don't move. Batman just moved. You suck, Batman.
We go on game channel and tell them what to do.
Sure. Batman, can you stand still, please?
Batman, stand still one sec.
drop spot, right? And how
Dark Knight, stand still. No, face this way.
Very best in the world. If I'm going somewhere,
Face
and
the
my
way I'm
peers are
standing.
going somewhere that I'm used to playing with,
Yeah, okay. Don't dance, don't dance. Stand still.
my play and theirs.
This will give you 1,000,000 V-Bucks if this happens. Hey! Okay, you know what? Get stop. I want to unmask Batman. Stop it! I want to unmask Batman. Who is Batman? Oh, he's a bold guy. Batman's drift. Batman's drift. You can do whatever you want now. Okay, Finley, go to my channel.
Bye.
Batman's drift.
I'm gonna unlock this. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't unlock. I'm gonna unlock Red Knight.
Oh yeah, who's Red? Oh wait, I know who Red Knight is.
Red Knight is no one.
No, move.
Knight is no.
No, Red Knight is a person that skin is like extremely black. Like, I'm not being racist. It's not brown or anything. I'm not being racist. It's like black.
Yeah.
Mr. Savage, who's that?
Oh, Mr. Savage, he's a streamer. He's really
Is he a
good.
savage?
Yeah.
Is he trash or good?
Good.
I think he's trash.
No.
Well, to me he is.
This one's a replay.
Wait, who's Black Knight? Who's Black Knight?
Oh yeah.
It's a black person again. They don't have skin, it's just black.
Yeah.
And his eyes are black. Whoa, that's so weird.
Kind of talking about the quality of the players we're seeing, right? Like, yes, of course, we have
What the heck?
I'll be back.
That's black. Like, completely black. Like, he doesn't even have eyes. His eyes are black, his mouth is black, his ears are black. It's so weird. Two different Hardy Queens.
felt off spawn, which you did not expect for him landing at Steamy Stacks with 2 players.
Then now I got passive into that, and you got snipers. Also, a number of different people fell in the mid-game.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing, and the number one word for all these players right now is momentum, right? Flo is finding that shot block, gives them a bunch. Janice going to take it out, and Paul was dispensing.
Harry, we need to finish this off, don't we?
Okay. I've got to tidy my room for one sec. I'm just gonna...
Start their day. Guys, I do want to continue, but I'm getting
what are we doing? Where are we up to?
Ready. So let's get ready to hop into game number 2 here of the Fortnite Champions Series in Europe. Sundown play. It's a back day.
Move it out of the way so we can get past.
Okay.